Hey guys, in today's video we will continue to watch the story, The Return of Zalama. The more time passes, the more Zalama's plan is plotted. Now that Vegeta and Piccolo are completely suspicious of Zalama, they both go after a person they can trust. Who will Vegeta and Piccolo go after to help them against Zalama? So grab a bucket of popcorn and your soda, and come with me, and of course don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Well, without further ado, let's get started. On planet Earth. Currently on planet Earth, it was possible to see Zalama in the furthest place from everyone, where he was already organizing his plan to defeat Zeno-sama and take his throne and thus become the supreme being among all the universes. Zalama thought, if it was thousands of years ago, before I was sealed by Zenio, I could easily finish off those brats of Zeno, and not only him and the Daishinkan as well, but because of my sealing, a lot of my power was lost. So now I have to come up with a plan to defeat Zeno and Daishinkan at once, thought Zalama as he watched everyone at the party and at the same time ate some ramen. Zalama thought, not counting those Zeno bodyguards, the last time I faced them, they were both very weak back then. But unfortunately now I'm weaker, and I know they must have come up with a plan to defeat me in case I get out of control and try to kill Zeno again. So I just need to be careful because they don't know about my plans, and that already gives me an advantage to defeat them, thought Zalama while remembering his battle against Zeno's bodyguards, where he defeated them in an overwhelming way. Zalama thought, well, whatever they may even be thinking, that they're stronger than me, but in reality I'm prepared to get stronger, and so when they least expect it, I will defeat them. But for now I must wait and keep my performance to make everyone in this place think I'm someone to be trusted, thought Zalama as he finished eating and soon noticed two people talking further away from the other people named Vegeta and Piccolo. Zalama thought, well, almost everyone thinks I'm good, but those two have some suspicions about me. Is it that I don't pretend to be a good enough person, or the two of them are very suspicious? Well, I just have to keep acting like a good person and they'll forget about this suspicion on me, thought Zalama as he looked at Vegeta and Piccolo, who clearly didn't like Zalama's presence. After some time watching Vegeta and Piccolo, Zalama finally decides to go back to the party, where he started talking to everyone in the place without exception. Something that Vegeta and Piccolo found very strange, that Zalama's interest with other people who weren't even strong. Vegeta said, now he suddenly wants to know about everyone at the party. But I find this guy strange, said the Prince of Saiyajins while watching Zalama. Piccolo said, more and more strange. More and more suspicious. This Zalama must be plotting something. But even if he were doing something, none of us could stop him. After all, he's still one of the 5 strongest beings in all the universes, and even Goku couldn't hurt him, spoke Piccolo while looking at Vegeta, who clicks his tongue because Piccolo is saying that he is weaker than Goku. Vegeta says, it's not because Kakarot lost his battle against Zalama that I would lose to him too, said the Saiyan, a little annoyed with Piccolo. Piccolo said, let's be honest, Vegeta. Goku is stronger than you and maybe the only way you can match Zalama. And if you two merge, and then maybe you can end up hurting Zalama a little. But I doubt you can beat him, said the Namekian while looking at the Prince of Saiyans, who was annoyed to know that Piccolo was right at that moment. Bulma said, wow, you two really didn't like Zalama, did you? Said the woman arriving at that place and facing her husband and Piccolo. Vegeta said, no. I'm sure this Zalama isn't telling the whole truth about him. Not to mention he's changed so much after being sealed thousands of years inside the Super Dragon Balls. That's weird, said the Prince of Saiyans to Bulma, who stared at him. Bulma said, and you, Piccolo? What do you think about all this? The woman asked the Namekian. Piccolo said, to be honest, I don't think he regrets everything he did. And if he had been sealed by someone and after long years, I would want revenge. And that's why I don't trust Zalama, even though he's the first Namek. I didn't like this guy at all, said the Namekian while facing Bulma, who after Piccolo and her husband's words started to think about Zalama. Bulma said, now that you're talking, Zalama asked me several questions about the time machine and also about the seeds of the gods. The woman said, soon leaving Piccolo and Vegeta worried about what Zalama would want with such information. Piccolo said, what does Zalama want with the seeds of the gods and the time machine? The Namekian wondered as he looked at the Saiyan next to him. Vegeta said, to be honest, I don't know, but I know what a good thing is it shouldn't be, said the Saiyan, already a little worried and annoyed about what Zalama would want with the seeds of the gods and the time machine created by Bulma. Bulma said, "If you're so worried about this Zalama, why don't you talk about it with Whis or Beerus?" Spoke Bulma while looking at Vegeta, who said, "No. If we say that to Beerus or Whis, he'll probably want to talk to Zalama, and if that happens," said the Saiyan, and then paused, and Piccolo finished his sentence saying, "We will all die. He's one of the 5 strongest beings in all the universes, so he could defeat all of us together, even Mr. Beerus and Whis," said the Namekian while looking at Bulma, who now understood, while they still haven't said anything to Beerus or Whis. Bulma said, "So the only one we can count on about Zalama's suspicion is the Daishinkan High Priest." He spoke to Bulma, giving the idea of who could help them, and Daishinkan would be the best option among them all. Vegeta said, "True, but how are we going to ask this to the Daishinkan?" asked the Saiyan while looking at Bulma, who immediately answered him, saying, "Goku! He has the device that can summon Zeno or be summoned to Zeno's world. So if he presses that button, he can go to Zeno's world and take you together. And there you can talk to Daishinkan. But it's better not to say that to anyone but us, and especially to someone who would talk to Zalama or Beerus," said the woman while looking at her husband, and gave the idea of how they could talk to someone who would believe them. Piccolo said, "This is a good idea. So do any of you know where Goku kept this button to summon Zeno or go to his world?" Piccolo asked while looking at Bulma and Vegeta. Bulma said, "I don't know where he could have kept that button, but I'm sure Vegeta doesn't know either. So now we can only hope that Goku recovers as soon as possible, and only then will you be able to go to the world of Zeno. And who knows when you get there, both you and Goku can't be trained by the Great Priest. If that happens, maybe you can face Lord Zalama," said the woman, suggesting the training request for her husband and Piccolo. Vegeta said, "Yeah, that's a good idea. If I'm trained by the Daishinkan, I will finally be stronger than Kakarot, and I will be able to defeat Zalama myself," said the Saiyan in a lively and arrogant way, like a real Saiyan. Piccolo said, "Even in this situation, you still think about overcoming Goku," spoke the Namekian after heaving a heavy sigh because of Vegeta's arrogance and desire to surpass Goku. Piccolo thought, "Even though I know if I'm trained by the Daishinkan and get stronger, I know I won't be so strong as to injure Zalama, let alone defeat him, but at least I can help Goku and Vegeta defeat him. After all, I can't let this damn one touch any of those I like," thought the Namekian as he clenched his fist and looked back and watched Goku and his family, a family he liked to be a part of. Now with Zalama. A little further away from Piccolo and Vegeta, it was possible to see Zalama in the middle of a party talking to everyone, while giving Vegeta and the others next to him light glances. Zalama thought, "Looks like I'll have to act faster than I thought, because it looks like those two will do something, and it might get in my way. I'll have to act as soon as possible," thought the Dragon God as he looked at Vegeta and his group, who were talking about Zalama. With that, we've come to the end of today's video. If you want to see the continuation of this incredible story, leave a lot of likes on the video and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So until another day, guys.